Welcome back to the
Homebuddies
Homebuddies Podcast.
Podcast.
I am Sophie.
I'm Holden.
And today we're going to talk about bookish hot takes that we found on Reddit. Playing it low key. And we'll come back in December better than ever with some hella good reads.
Exactly.
So, that's where we're at with that.
That's where we're at.
So the first hot take I found. User is Lily the Frog. PhD. Being able to predict the ending doesn't make a mystery book automatically bad. If the characters, setting, tone, etc. are all interesting and well written, then knowing what happens shouldn't make or break the book. Do you agree?
I agree. Well, yeah, I think it's worse if you can't like if the ending comes out of nowhere. That was dumb. Like I think it's better to be able to predict it than for it to not be predictable. You know, because that means it just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I feel like people are trying. People, I don't know what
these
writers
days.
who spend so much time and energy and effort making beautiful works of art. They do sometimes try to force some extra twists in there.
Not to bring Freida McFadden again. By the way, did you know she's a doctor?
I did.
So I'm like, I don't feel bad making fun of her books because like that's not her whole thing. She's like saving lives actually.
Yeah,
like her main
she's
thing.
like no matter what, she's better than us.
Yeah,
so
she's a way better human being than I ever will be.
Yeah.
But like, The Housemaid. Basically, like the first half of that book, I'm spoiling this stupid book for you guys. Sorry. First half of that book, there's a character who's like cartoonishly evil, and then halfway through, she's like, actually, that was all a ploy because I'm not really evil, and it's like that's not a twist. Like you can't just say they were lying the whole time about being evil. Like
yeah, that comes back. I feel like to the unreliable narrator thing.
Yeah,
it's different because we're getting it from the housemaid's perspective and not.
And then she changes his perspective and she's like,
but
I did that for non-evil.
It's still similar in like, just like when you're gaslighting your reader, you're like just telling us, also just feeding us things that aren't true, and then at the end you're like, actually,
that was a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like two types of unreliable narrator. And there's like the kind who genuinely believes what they're thinking and are just wrong. Like fucking Telltale Heart, like, there actually was a heart on the floorboards. Oh God! Like I know he was actually crazy. And then there's I was lying the whole time, and that pisses me off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Here's what I found.
Okay.
This is from Duchess of Erat.
Whoa.
Duchess_of_Erat. Celebrities publishing their ghost-written garbage memoirs are cluttering up the bestseller shelves, and it drives me insane. Can we have more actual books from actual writers and turn those writers into celebrities rather than have to look at the same actor or influencer's life story or advice? Also, sci-fi is not as widely available as it should be. At least where I'm from.
Speak on that, Duchess of Erat. They're in Erat. They don't have any good sci-fi in Erat. What do you think?
I don't know, because I'm sure there are quite a few, but I don't really seek out celebrity memoirs.
Yeah.
The ones I read because I enjoy that person to an extent, so I don't notice it.
Yeah, I'm not worried about them like taking up space for other books because you're just in the celebrity memoir section. Like, maybe if you went to the sci-fi section, you'd find the sci-fi there. Yeah, I have beef in general with people talking about like too many bad books are being widely read or whatever. Because you can just go find, like, the good books still are out there. You just have to not be at Barnes & Noble. And, like, not be at, like, the like, table at Barnes & Noble with the display books. Like, you can find other books. Yeah.
And I get this beef from Kelsey, my friend Kelsey.
Shout out, Kelsey.
The fact that just taking your statement and making it even more specific, I don't think there's a such thing really as, like, bad books.
Yeah.
Like, just because you don't like a book doesn't mean it's bad. It's like, we love Twilight. We will acknowledge there are some issues and they're cheesy and these things, but that doesn't mean that they're bad.
Yeah.
And I feel like as a society, we're so quick to anything that like a girl enjoys is going to be a bad book.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, like, bad is such an undescriptive word. Like, you can describe the things that are bad about Twilight and you still like it. Once again, I'm going to bring up Freida McFadden. These books are living rent free in my head. Like, there's a lot of things with those books that are, like, poorly written, but they perfectly do what they're meant to do, which is, like, be a like, very quick and easy read for someone who wants a thriller. It doesn't have to think too hard.
Yeah.
Like, that's the purpose. And, like, with Twilight, it's not supposed to be like life-changing fiction. Like, you're just not reading. If you're going to these books looking for that, you're going to be disappointed because you're looking in the wrong place. Mm-hmm. And then women.
And then women.
Shout out.
Women. Shout out to women.
I'm sorry, feminism.
Yeah. I mean, I love a celebrity memoir, depending on the celebrity. I really enjoyed, in the past, like, year and a half, Jeanette McCurdy's book, I'm Glad My Mom Died. Allison Stoner's new book. This was just barely before your Disney time. So Allison Stoner was in Cheaper by the Dozen.
I don't even know. They had an actress on Disney whose last name was Stoner. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Mm-hmm. I want to double check before I sound like a dick. Okay. Rewind. Allison Stoner came out as non-binary. I just used the incorrect pronouns. They, them, going forward.
We should edit over the audio, like, really obvious. They, them.
I promise we're really chill.
We're so woke.
And accepting, and that was an accident. Okay.
Ally.
Movies that they were in. Number one for, like, me when I was younger was Cheaper by the Dozen. They had a very long ride in the Step Up movies. Mm-hmm. I didn't really get into... I watched a few of the Step Ups, but not all of them. So that's not the one that did it for me. I feel like the one that did it for me was Cheaper by the Dozen. That was like kind of like a gay awakening for me. Mm-hmm. And then Camp Rock. I feel like you've seen the scene in Camp Rock where they're on the keyboard and they're like... And everyone's like, she's really good. Yeah.
Both of those actors are non-binary. Whoa.
Isn't that crazy? This is what I'm talking about. So
I see what you mean.
Yes. Just such a cutie pie. But that memoir was really good. What else have I read? The Paris Hilton memoir, I loved. The Britney Spears one. Dylan Mulvaney's memoir was really good. I feel like someone who's, like, maybe famous, but, like, not in our faces constantly, it's kind of more interesting to hear their story and stuff, but... Yeah. I don't know. I feel like people need to chill the F out.
Chill the F out, guys. Yeah. I don't know if I've ever read a good memoir, but I also just don't...
Ready?
...read them very often. Or actually...
like, even if it's not about a celebrity.
Like Z-Way's book of essays is really good, but I don't know if that would count as a memoir. I think that's...
Have you read Educated?
No, I've not.
That was good. I feel like you would like memoirs, but you're not focused on celebrities. Like, you don't.
Yeah, like I would want to read, like you said, like someone who isn't like a big name that I know, but just an interesting person.
Yeah. Okay, next one is from Deleted.
This is serious.
Describing a book as existing media meets existing media doesn't tell me anything good about the book. I say BS because I just read the book The Compound, which is Love Island meets Lord of the Flies. That's all you need to know about it to enjoy it.
Yeah.
To get in the headspace to get into the book and know what you're going to get.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's stupid, but sometimes it's very descriptive like that.
Do you have any examples?
I don't have any examples off the head. I'm imagining like some book talk books right now, but I don't want to be mean, so I won't bring them up.
I do feel like it's lazy marketing.
Yeah, but I don't think it is the writer's fault. I like writers when they write query letters to sell a book, that you have to include something like this.
Yeah,
because they want to know where to market it.
Yeah, so
that's not their fault. That's the publisher's fault usually. But yeah, I think it is lazy marketing, but sometimes it is very useful, like with that. Mm-hmm. So shout out The Compound.
It was crazy. And so yeah, if you're looking for a book that is like Love Island meets Lord of the Flies, I would definitely
like we could do that right now with like Mexican Gothic is Rosemary's Baby meets Dracula or something. Like yeah, it's so easy. Yeah, but kind of descriptive, almost.
Vega Binding is the user.
Yeah.
There are a small number of authors who can write a good sex scene and an ungodly large number of authors who can write a terrible sex scene. If you can't write a good sex scene, pro tip, you don't need to. How do you feel about that?
I don't read a lot of books with sex scenes.
I was going to ask you too. Do you prefer, like, I don't feel like they bother you, but there's people who prefer closed door, like, suggested things, like these two... Into the chapter, they go into a room or whatever, and then the next chapter is like, it's the next day. Do you prefer that, or do you?
Okay. I love when most of a book is like two people like yearning and pining like crazy, and then we get one sex scene. Yeah. But when there's like 5, I'm like, oh my god! Like I read Bride by Ellie Hazelwood, and I don't know if that book is, I don't know like on the scale of Ellie Hazelwood books where that is, because I really don't read that much romance or her books. But like halfway through we get the first sex scene, and it's like good because it's this release of tension, and then there's like 4 more, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I get it. But a lot of people like no one is picking that book up without expecting that sex scene, so that was just me not being the target demographic,
right? I love smut,
so.
But I do agree. There are moments where I'm like, like if you're gonna write that, probably don't need it. But so here's a reply on Reddit. I've read better sex scenes on AO3 than I have in any published book. And then we've got another one. I sometimes wonder if that's because in fan fiction, writers feel free to be as explicit as they'd like, but in literature, there's a tendency to not be too racy, unless it's erotica.
Yeah, I feel like it's been changing in the last like 10 years, which is good.
Yeah, I do too.
Romance books are very erotic now.
Yeah. There's plenty that aren't.
Yeah, it's what you're.
But it is more of a thing because the ones that aren't, I feel like they have to go out of their way to sell it as they aren't, because that's for people who really don't want that. Think like, well, some people just aren't interested, but then like some people are religious and they don't want to touch that stuff. So yeah, it's definitely more prevalent. Yeah, I agree. I guess if you can't write good sex scene, don't put it in there, or get an issue anymore. Get someone to do it for you.
Hire a sex scene writer. That's literally hire me on Fiverr. I will write the sex scenes in your books. Moving on.
Speaking of that, do we need Holden to read Mate, the second book?
Have you read it?
I have.
I meant to, and I didn't in October.
Well, we might have to read that.
That'd be a really crazy one for us to do a sequel to a book we haven't read on the podcast.
That would be kind of crazy.
Maybe we'll do a bonus or something. I don't know.
Or we could do a combo episode.
Yeah, both at once. Just like, I don't even know what that was.
Just like.
Someone fill in that dirty joke. That
Mad libs. Mad libs.
Mad libs, more like bad.
Bad libs. Okay, the next one is also from Deleted. I will not buy a book if there's a hideous cover. I know it's vain and it's stupid, but I'll have to look at it. I don't need to pretend it's not something superficial, but honestly, some books are just not nice to look at. Have I bought books before that... Okay, guys, there's some errors in here. Yeah. Have I bought books before the covers were nice? Maybe. Did I enjoy them? Yes. No. Also, no offense to romance covers, but some of them are hideous, and I'm sick of pretending. It's not even the typical romance covers. Women ripping a man's shirt, etc. Those, I think, are cool. It's the new trend of the cutesy illustrations because they all look somewhat the same. Like, bright cover, cute illustration, flashy font, etc. It's just, where's the differences? This is also a subtle call out to fantasy publishers, too. Whoever is publishing the ASOIAF series needs to...
Why did you do like that?
ASOIAF. I didn't want to miss a letter.
You know what that stands for. You could have just read it out.
Anyways. Yes.
Anyways, they're boring.
They're so boring compared to other series.
Yeah.
So that's that. Did you know I was so good at acting?
What?
Besides the letters before that, wasn't I really good for a second?
You were really, really good at acting. I was like, I thought you believed it.
Yeah, you thought I was deleted?
Yeah, I thought you were deleted. Maybe you are.
Maybe I am. I don't know. I love a pretty cover.
Yeah.
And I would say most of my books, I feel like, have pretty covers. But nah, who am I kidding? There's no but. I judge a book by its cover. What about you?
I mean, like, you get, like, alternate covers and stuff. Like it's... I don't buy very many books, so I don't worry about it that much because I usually, like, reserve something at the library. And so I get what I get with that.
Yeah.
But, like, when buying books, yeah, I'm probably gonna... If there are 2 versions of it, and there's a pretty one and an ugly one, I'm gonna get the pretty one. Like,
yeah.
I'm not stupid.
Not strong.
Also, I think most, like... I think books are decor. Like, hot take. like most of the books that you own, you're not going to read more than like 3 or 4 times. Yeah. You have it as decor. So it should look nice.
Right. You may have like a favorite that you read a crap ton, but yeah, otherwise most of these aren't going to get read again. So I probably should not have them.
Ooh, Discord. Someone's getting Discord.
Wow, gamer?
What do you think about the romance covers take?
I don't really have a problem with any romance covers. I think they all bring something different to the table. What's
nothing burger of an answer. I think we're all good in our own way. We're all special.
No, but it's true. It's like the old ones, like, because I used to actually, some Sophie lore, I worked at a bookstore, and romance was one of my aisles, but romance mass paperbacks. We all had like different sections, but that was one of my sections. So I've seen a lot of romance covers in my day, and the old ones are exactly how this user described it, with like ripping off a shirt or like super dramatic, but they're all very pretty. And this is like before AI, so I'm like, hell yeah, like art. Yeah. Now I don't know. I feel like I see a lot of less detailed covers. Like some of them don't even have like eyes and noses and mouths. Have you seen those?
Yeah, they're just like colors.
So I don't know. I mean, do you, honey boo boo? But I also do kind of judge book by its cover. But I say that, and then I get most of my books based on recommendations from friends or seeking out recommendations online, like scrolling Instagram.
You're not just walking like a bookstore being like, that one.
And I'm not like, that one's ugly.
Mine.
Yeah, you're staying here. I don't do that. So I don't know what. Yeah. Okay, here's another one from Rabid Breeder.
We're going to move past that.
Moving on. I find the tropification of literature to be extremely problematic and keeps new readers from exploring new genres and plots. I say this as someone who enjoys romance occasionally. A romance novel should not be described as one bed, forced proximity, enemies to lovers.
Okay, this is what I mean with like people are complaining about like the tropification of bookstores, and I like that's a marketing issue for sure.
Yeah.
But like there are books that aren't trying to sell themselves this way.
Yeah.
Like it's not. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
And also, I feel like you're trying to invent a problem where there's not a problem, because like Grumpy Sunshine, I love a grumpy man in a book who like only likes, like, he's been loving this girl his whole life or whatever, and like I don't know. Those kind of things, then I know if I read this other book that has those qualities, I'm probably going to like it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
The tropes exist because they're good. Like, people like them.
And I feel like if simplifying it by tropes gets people who don't really read to read, I love that. Yeah. So.
It makes it easier to find what you need. Or what you want to read. Mm-hmm. You know? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wait. That says celebrities writing children's books is bad for children's lit. They're usually not very well written, and it means less space for up-and-coming children's authors who won't get the dedicated shelf space / window display some random celeb will. I also hate sad girl lit as a descriptor. Men get to write about melancholy and introspection and navigating difficult lives and are respected as authors for it. But when a woman does it, it's sad girl lit. Lumping in Sylvia Plath with Sally Rooney is an unhelpful oversimplification. I've never heard sad girl lit before. I can't comment on that more. This is, again, like, this is marketing stuff, and you can still find what you're looking for without...
Well, okay, The Queen, The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath.
Mm-hmm. Like, these are very different books.
Normal People, My Year of Rest and Relaxation, Bunny.
Like, just going off of vibes. Like, what I know of these books, these are all different. We both read that. # shout out Shark Heart. Love that one.
I mean, they have similar vibes. Like, it's hard for me to compare the Bell Jar to Shark Heart, but, like, they have those just, like, woman absolutely falling apart. Because, like, in Shark Heart, her man's is, like, going through some shit.
Yeah.
And you get her perspective on that. I don't know. Girl Interrupted. Mm. I mean, I do feel like...
I can see what they're saying about this being, like kind of infantilizing women, if this being the marketer for it.
I was gonna say, I guess I forgot the whole Reddit, but I remembered the sad girl lit part, and that's what I focused in on. So what's the hot take? that celebrities shouldn't write children's books.
Writing children's books is bad for children's lit. They're usually not very well written, and it means less space for the up-and-coming children's authors who won't get the dedicated shelf space. The space are level. And I also hate sad girl lit as a descriptor. Men get to write about melancholy and introspection and navigating difficult lives and are respected for it as authors, but when a woman does it, it's sad girl lit. Lumping in Sylvia Plathos, L.A. Rooney is an unhelpful simplification.
That was really good.
That was so fucking good.
That was impressive. You reminded me of, okay, remember when Trisha Paytas went on with her talent?
No.
Okay, well.
Okay, pause everything. We need to figure out what this is. That was pretty good. That was a pretty good video.
One more hot take.
Okay.
More beloved characters should die and stay dead. Authors that dangle character deaths without committing are cowards. How do you feel about that?
Have you ever read something where I thought they should have died? I don't know.
I have read things, nothing specific comes to mind, but where the author tells you that they're dead, and you go this long and this long and this long without it, like without the character, and then they're like, oh my god, he had magical surgery and he's like totally okay, and that kind of stuff's a little wild.
I can imagine that in like a fantasy series, like multi-book. You spend like half of one book thinking someone's dead, and then they show up at the end like, fuck you, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Most of the time when those like near deaths show up for me, I feel like it's really, really quick. So I don't have time to like mourn and then get that taken away. But I can see that being an issue. I can see that pissing someone off. I guess I just read better books than these people, so I don't have these problems.
Right.
Okay, this fantasy one I think is interesting.
Yeah, go for it.
This is she_melty. Guys.
Nice. I like
this is a controversial one. But I think the entire romantasy community is way too happy to settle for mediocrity because publishers think they don't need to ask for quality in a genre mostly enjoyed by women. It's just silly fun, it's perfectly fine, but don't rate it 5 stars because that sets the bar too low for those of us who want romance that respects our intelligence. I also think part of the problem is people who are happy making some ridiculous monthly reading... ridiculous monthly reading count without actually absorbing the content. I can't count how many Goodreads reviews I've seen recently where it's obvious the reviewer would fail a middle school reading comprehension exam if asked to review the material. Most of the really popular books in our circles I have tried and not liked because they felt like they were written for 14-year-olds, and then smut was added to appeal to an older audience that has more money to throw around in a culture of overconsumption.
Also, the reply that's from Moshe Shana. This. I hated Fourth Wing for exactly this. The things I don't like about Fourth Wing are the cultural things that were stolen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not making sense. I really enjoyed Fourth Wing as a book. I did. I'm not afraid to say it. Okay. I do agree that, like we said in our last episode, when things are enjoyed by women, it's just they're not taken seriously. Yeah. They're not expecting quality. Yeah. There's all these layers to it.
But like men get to have like dumb sci-fi, like stupid books, and like dumb TV. Yeah. And like everyone gets. It's okay to have things that don't engage your brain fully. But I do get what they're saying about like it's okay to enjoy it. Just don't act like it's like high literature. I get that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just read those books for the vibes.
Yeah, for the vibes and the
There are some that are like, whoa. Like Brandon Sanderson. Is that who I'm thinking of?
The like fantasy guy?
That's not the guy that was canceled.
I don't think he does romantic. No.
Neil's the one who got canceled. No, I'm thinking about the one who didn't get canceled. He's got, his books are like
Mistborn.
I read The Way of Kings. I really enjoyed that. It was so long, and I feel like it was kind of a big brain book.
Yeah.
But
fantasy is big brain
sometimes. It's not all fun and games.
It's not all fun and games.
Okay.
But also, I do think Brandon Sanderson is different than like...
Yeah, who's mediocre? Holden, tell me. Tell us all who's mediocre.
Guys, I can't. I love women. What's that one book series that you love? A Court of Thorns and Roses. The like novella where they just have sex. I've never read these books, by the way, but I do know there's a novella where they just have sex.
Yeah.
Like obviously that's not Brandon Sanderson. Yeah. But no one is expecting anything else.
Yeah, and I do really enjoy the ACOTAR series, but I do also want to, I understand that she is a complicated person and has done some bad things.
Yeah. We're just going to get ahead of this.
We've been reading too many dark books.
Yeah, we need to get to that.
I cannot wait to read.
Before Christmas. Kissmas.
Kissmas!
Yeah, on this note, next week we're reading a clearly not literature. possibly literature, but I'm not sure. Romance novel between the personification of Christmas and the personification of Halloween. And I'm genuinely very excited.
Oh, it looks so
cute. Here's the thing. Like, actually, I have nothing to say.
True Love doesn't have a favorite season.
I can't wait. I know I'm going to think it's stupid, or I'm going to love it.
Two princes, two rival holidays. What could possibly go right? That's what I want to know.
Excited.
What could possibly go right?
What could possibly go right? Everything?
Everything.
Probably everything.
Probably everything. Yeah, that's going to be a fun read.
Yeah.
So, thanks for letting us have a little break-sies here. Talk about some Reddit stuff. If you ever have any ideas on what you want us to talk about on episodes that aren't book-related or titles of books that you think we should read, please let us know. We would love to do that. Yes. We haven't forgotten about the folks who have already given us recommendations. Ben Shaner, we're coming for you at some point. And Our Beautiful Mother, we're coming for you at some point. I promise. We are going to get through December. My hope is that we read cozy Christmassy type books through December.
Yeah.
And then January we can hit up some of those suggestions. So, yeah. Shout them out, dog.
Shout out, doggy.
It's been real. We're going to go get some Mexican food.
I'm so excited.
All right. Anyway.
Okay, bye.